Good evening. We are back for yet another week of live gardening entertainment here Monday to Thursday, 8 till 10. That's 8 hours. 8 hours of beautiful phone-in gardening content coming to you here on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. If you want to get involved, then you can call in tonight. Tonight, it's Monday. We do the news. Coming up on tonight's news, we've got a robot that does all of the gardening for you. All of it. Amazing, right? Tools that are stolen from a shed. News on Tommy Walsh. Plus, how you can grow on your verge outside of your home. If you fancy it, if you're ready for it, my name's Lee Connolly. I'm the Skinny Jean Gardener. I think it's about time we hit the intro. Facilia. Or Pacilia, if you just read it off there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on.
Oh, I can't hear you, on. Done something wrong with the thing. Anyway, elephant poo is what I got.
Good evening, Lee. How are you?
Great, mate. Your signal is always terrible, but I'm good, my friend. Excuse me. You got an allotment? When I go, don't put artificial grass on top of me, all right?
Are you going to get composted, Lee?
Yeah, Here we go, everyone. 07 42 357 4520. Phone lines are open for tonight. Are they open? Yeah, they are open for tonight's phone-in of the news. I hope you're all fantastic. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. I hope everyone's doing well. Good evening to Ray. Good evening to Suggs. Good evening to Beddoes. And anyone else that may be watching tonight. Lots of news stories coming up. Grab yourself a cuppa. Settle in. I've got myself a cuppa here. Hang on, everyone. Stay hydrated, obviously. It's better. That's better, guys. Take a breather. Lots and Jackson. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Oh, I've not got back to your email. You're gonna have to wait till tomorrow. Well, maybe not tomorrow. I'll probably get back to you on Thursday because I've got a Christmas song. Very busy, obviously. A Christmas song to record tomorrow and record a video all in one day because I've not got time to mess around this week. So expect an email back on Thursday. That could be it. We'll just record it there. Lots of news stories to go through tonight, which I'm very excited about. I'd love to hear from you tonight. We had 2 shows last week, which I did all of the work. And I know what you're saying. It's about time we did some sort of work, Lee. All of the work. Wednesday, we had ground force. Thursday, we had design your own garden, which I think went very well. And we will be selling that as a carbon copy for millions. For not millions, it's a bit much. How do, Steph? Welcome to the show. Lots of news this week. I'm not sure how your weekend was. I'll be honest with you. I really wanted to come on here and say, hey, peeps, how you doing? I did so much gardening. Oh, it's so much gardening. I didn't do any. I literally walked down the end of the garden. Yeah, it's all still here. And then walked back up to the house. It didn't happen. I walked back into this studio. And I look out the back. And, yep, things are growing. Yep, everything's no problem. One of the things though that I did keep checking was my bird feeders. So I know this is the sort of time of year where I'm talking a lot about, hey, get outside. Feed the birds. Let them know it's almost Christmas time and we can probably get together in groups of 6, but who really knows? You feed the birds. So I thought I'd feed the birds this Christmas. So I brought a load of bird feed. I fed them before. We've got one bird feeder on the outside of this studio, which the pigeons love. I've not sorted it for a while. In fact, it was a bird feeder that I might get it in a sec. It was a bird feeder. I can't really take it off the wall. That is basically a bottle. I got it from Seedy Sunday, the only garden event I've been to this year. A bottle which you flip upside down. It's a little tray underneath and fills with seed. The pigeons absolutely love it. And basically, I'm not feeding any other bird apart from the pigeons with that. So I brought myself some little hanging bird feeders, just a standard sort. I think they're about £2. No, I'm not saying I spent loads on them. And also a fat ball holder, which is important because I've got loads and loads of fat balls. And so I hung them up. I thought this is going to be amazing. I've seen my mum and dad's house, right? So many birds. It's like centre parks around there. I thought, I need this. I need to look at my back window, and I need to see this. I need to make this happen. So I've hung them up. Not a single bird has gone near them. Not a single bird has gone near the fat balls, the bird seed, even the pigeons have gone. Yeah, not for me. Not for me. You don't think we've been sitting waiting? We've found a new place to go to, mate. Not a single bird has come down to the garden. I don't know what's happened to them. They've moved on. Someone else has been feeding them somewhere, like a cat. Like someone else has been feeding them, but not me. Ray says a bird was eating from my pumpkin bird feeders this week, which was pleasing. Oh, that's good. Pumpkin. Unbelievable, right? That we're still talking about pumpkins. Thank you for commenting, Ray. But I find it really fascinating that from about August all the way through to even now in the end of November, we're still talking about pumpkins. But great way to use up pumpkins and the seeds in them. We've still got a pumpkin, which we're now going to turn into a Christmas pumpkin. It's too big. I'll be honest with you, it's too big to eat. It's too big to cook. And my attempt at pumpkin soup this year was awful. I suppose we could have used it as a bit of a bird feeder thing. I've seen so many though. I've seen so many just dumped outside people's houses, slowly rotting away. I'm like, come on. These compost or something. We've got one in the compost that's growing fur or something. I don't really know what's going on. One's in the compost. It's not looking. I need to really mix it in. Ian says he put 4 fat balls out today whilst walking down the end of the garden to pick up the traffic lights that had blown over by the wind. Oh, there you go. Some fat ball talk. Yeah, I need to make some fat balls. Did that once with Olive. I'll be honest, I bought fat balls this time. But we have made some before. It's a lot of fun. I did them. I made fat balls. So I think it was last year I made fat balls. And I did it. Was it last year? Maybe it was the year before that. I made fat balls. And I did it for a blog to begin with. I'll be honest, I already had some fat balls. So I didn't really need any more fat balls. But let's make some fat balls. And I thought, what a great idea, right? Is don't go and buy some lard, but make it with butter. But it's about it's about the same, isn't it? Butter and lard. It's sort of the same consistency. It's sort of, isn't it? So mix it together with butter, put it in the fridge for a day, bring it out, and that would no, it doesn't work. Let me just say, it does not work. I've tried it. It melts far too fast. Not even enough time to take a photo of it. It was a complete fail. So lard, I don't know how many people have a lard hanging around. It doesn't cost a lot to buy. I'll be honest with you. It don't cost a lot to buy. But lard is key to making fat balls. But maybe I should have made some fat balls. Maybe the birds are like, you've not really put a lot of effort into this. So if you just whack these up, you expect us to eat them. Maybe I should have made my own fat balls. Jackson says the birds will take a couple of days. It's been a week. It's been some of them have been up for over a week and no one's been near them. I suppose these ones at the weekend. What day are we on? What day is it? Oh, it's only Monday. Okay, maybe I need to give them some time. I'll give them some time for you. All right. We'll see. If not, I mean, they're going to stay up, whatever. But maybe I need to give them a bit of time just to settle in. I also wonder that I've got some little model, like metal birds, little tiny like robins and that, screwed around them. It doesn't make you think that maybe they're worried that they're going to get attacked by. I mean, I've seen birds. Literally, I've got a blackbird, metal blackbird, where another blackbird has come down and sat and chatted to it. Probably a bit confusing for him, but I'll give it some time. I'll give it some time. Sucket says, I believe See Sunday is happening next year. Wow. We can do whatever we want to now. We got these vaccines. Well, we're just gonna have some vaccines, and then we're gonna go gardening. Oh, the gardening shows, and we're gonna go see the Sunday. Okay, on a Sunday. The birds take a couple of days. I finally harvested my pumpkins this weekend. Amanda is now making a huge vat of soup as we speak. Soup for the whole year for Suggs. Only just harvest them. All right, that is taken up to that. I mean, I suppose there's no actual law about having to harvest pumpkins for Halloween, is there? I suppose technically you can leave them if you really wish. I just spoke to daughter Charlotte about the book for granddaughter Heather, and she likes the idea, and we'll get her to do the things in the book. Thanks, Beddoes, for mentioning that. If you want to get a hold of the book, I'm actually doing right. Hey, team, do me a favor, because I'll be honest with you, I'm ridiculously 2 things. I'll get you into a little secret. 2 things that give me ridiculous anxiety, and this is not because of COVID. This is just literally because of me being me. 2 things I really don't like doing. One, ridiculously, is going to fill my car up. It's nothing to do with gardening, this, but just a little insight. Fill my car up with petrol. Hate it. I don't know why. I can't handle it. Don't even have to speak to anyone, but I can't. For some reason, it makes me really anxious. The other thing is going into post offices. Tomorrow, I'm going into a post office. So if you want to order a £10 book, free delivery in the UK, don't tell Amazon. But if you want to order a £10 signed book, then you need to hit that link, because tomorrow I'm doing a delivery of books. Big, but man, that's a big exaggeration, but a big bundle of books being sent away tomorrow. I don't like going into the post office often, so if you want to get yourself a book, skinnyjingar.co.uk shop. Stop my anxiety. There you go. Success. Oops, mate. I ordered one for you to go in a post office. I don't thanks for, 100% thanks for buying one. I appreciate it. But I just don't know. I don't know how you do. Makes me all shivery. Whoa. Thanks. Anyway, if you want to stop my anxiety, then buy one tonight so I can deliver it for you tomorrow. Only £10. So, yeah, the birds, and I know maybe I need to give them a little bit of time to even to see them. I don't know what's happened to them though. It's gone right quiet in the garden, wildlife wise. For some reason the hedgehogs have disappeared. Some reason the birds have disappeared. Some reason it's a bit worrying actually. Some reason the bats have disappeared. It's probably all that them chemicals I put down. I don't know. That was a joke. That was a joke, by the way. This week, are on the show. We've got news coming up in about 15 minutes. We've got some news. So if you want to chat, cool, drop a comment in if you want me to talk a little bit more. And then we've got 4-ish, but mainly 3 bits of news coming up tonight on Monday. It's News Monday. Tomorrow, we've got Captain Satsuma. That's right. Captain Satsuma coming up on the show tomorrow for an interview. Wednesday, we've got another classic, Ground Force. I'm going to stick to Ground Force this year. We might come back to do start the year with a bit of Victorian Kitchen Garden and go through the whole series of that for the start of next year. I'm not sure, but I want to finish this year on a Ground Force special. And then Thursday, go get your suits because it is, and I know some of you might not even know what this is, but there's something called the Garden Media Guild Awards. On Thursday. It's obviously an online thing. I didn't enter this year. It's not. I chose not to. I thought it's I probably could have entered the book. Probably could have entered the podcast. I could have entered the documentary. Probably the one year that I could have entered loads of stuff. I chose not to. I thought it was no good for me. But we're going to do our own awards on Thursday with a mixture of telling you the results from the Garden Media Guild Awards. So if that's cool, get a suit on for Thursday. I must find a suit. Get a suit on for Thursday. We're doing our very own award show in here. Plus, if you've got any suggestions, put them in the comments for categories. And these people don't win anything apart from just like a thumbs up. I should say that they don't actually win anything. Thumbs up. But that's this week sorted for you. Before we go into the first ad break, let's do this story. It's a bit of a non-story, but I find it incredible that this has happened. Probably because, no doubt, because they've seen us talk about it loads and loads through our Ground Force shows. Let's have our first little mini story before we go into the first ad break tonight. Like I say, the phone lines are open. If you want to just chat, general 0742 357 4520. But tonight, the first little mini story before we really get into it is no doubt because of all the attention we've brought to this guy over the past how long? For 2 months through our Ground Force stuff. I think we've managed to get Mr. Tommy Walsh a job. We did say we ain't seen Tommy for absolute ages, didn't we? Absolute ages. And then, when I was looking through the Gardening News, right? Let's get that anti-vaxxer thing out of the way. Homes Under the Hammer, I love that show. It's having a shake-up. It's Jackie Joseph, I'm not sure who Jackie is, and Tommy Walsh join the team. Let's find what it says about Tommy. Down Dublin's part of it. I love Martin Roberts. Right. He goes from 5. They're really 5 presenters on Homes Under the Hammer. I think they could just do it with Martin. Anyway, Tommy Walsh have been announced as new presenters. What does it say about Tommy? Does he say, look, he must be at 80, isn't he? How old's Tommy Walsh? They literally should have just done. Tommy said, I'm really excited about getting stuck into the team. As you say, I've got a bit of experience behind me, about 60 years. He must be about 70 then. No, actually, he wouldn't start building at 10, would he? No, might have. And I think I could bring that to the table and make the right decisions about renovating and restoring the auction properties. Is the other lady not in it anymore? Who's Martel Max out? Wow. Both Jackie and Tommy have extensive experience in design and building on and off screen. Tommy's best known for his days on Ground Force and has recently come into the public eye since Lee Connolly's Skinging Gardener has been following his past escapades on the programme. It doesn't actually say that. I made that bit up. Their warmth, property knowledge, and hands-on experience is the perfect combination and just what Homes in the Summer audience love about all our wonderful presenters. Wow, Tommy, there you go. Tommy's he's back, baby. He's back. Tommy Walsh, mainly because of us. It's returned to our screens. Hang on, what was happening? Ian says, your website won't let me buy the book. It's not Boris Johnson, mate. It's not. It doesn't favour the self. Let me let me have a look. Hang on. Before we get, this is not a great start to the show. Guys, I'm really sorry. Let me just have a look at this for Ian. Skinny Bean. Skinny Jeans. Skinny Jean gone, all right. Okay. Every time. Right, hang on. Hello?
Hello?
Who's calling?
Tommy Walsh.
If it's Tommy Walsh.
I've got to come and renovate your shed.
My shed's actually the one good thing here. My decking's actually ropey.
What's occurring then?
We've got some news coming up.
So, what's the problem with this book?
Well, this is
You've sold out.
well. Actually, I don't know if I have. Right, hang on. I'm just trying to look. Right, signed copy, £10. Do you want a signed copy, Sean?
No, that's right.
No, okay. So, purchase. Oh, I've got to put all my details in. It should be easy to purchase. Hang on a second.
Should be, especially now for the Christmas period.
I'll just show me address there. Oh, crikey. There we go. Oh, no, it's too late now. Yeah. It's for Sean, this book. Hang on. Anyway, doesn't really matter. No one's going to travel this far. You're not allowed.
A bit too late. Well, there's nobody watching.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. No, it should you just be there. You go. Look, put your email address in. Continue. No discount.
CO2, that's quite a good one, though.
You what?
CO2, it's quite a good one.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, very, very, very nice. Really. Yeah. There shouldn't be any.
You've already done this. You've done this on purpose, just so that people can send you Christmas cards.
Yeah, that'll be it. I really want people to send me Christmas cards. Crikey, please don't turn up at my house. But you can send as many Christmas cards with. No, I don't really take coins.
I'll see if I can find a piece of disused artificial grass to send you.
Yeah, don't tape any coins in them because then I have to pay the postage because then you have to go down the post office.
Plant.
Yes, that will do it. How are you, man?
I'm going to go into houseplant.
What do you mean you're going to go into houseplants? This worries me.
I'm going to get an African violet.
What is an African violet?
It's a violet from Africa.
Should have guessed that one. What's it look like? Is it a big plant? Is it a small plant?
It's a small plant with little blue violety flowers. Clues in the crest. Clues in the name, you know.
All right, mate. It's Monday, all right? Give me a chance.
Well, I heard on the old Vine that obviously it was put on hold because of COVID. But I heard on the Vine that changing rooms it was due to go back into production back in the spring. So I don't think it's that giant a leap to think the ground force or something like ground force will come back as well.
It could happen, couldn't it?
Maybe they're testing Tommy on houses first, give him a safe area.
Yeah.
And then it could be Tommy, Charlie, and if they could find two young boys just to help out with the digging, the show sorted.
We could do it.
I said young.
Yeah, I could do it.
There you go. My TV's on a bit of a delay, so I'm now only seeing the African violets.
It feels like a very Christmassy plant, mate. I didn't expect it to look like that.
Well, I wanted a house plant that had a bit of oomph rather than just green leaves.
Is it always flower, though? How else did it only come out at this time of year?
I'm not quite sure. I haven't looked that deeply into it yet.
Be a bit common, mate. It's Waitrose salad, so it's
So when's Tommy in this new series? Is it the spring?
Yeah, next year, mate. Probably filming it. Probably filming it right now, I reckon.
It's the type of show that was a popular show, and then they started playing around with new presenters. One of the presenters left, so the girl she left.
Why?
But
Dream Team, them two.
just because she had, they made thousands and thousands of episodes, so I think she just had enough. Then Martin went in the jungle, and then they started playing around with it, and then I don't think it really works at the moment.
The best part of that program, and this is what I want to see you start doing. Yeah, the best part of that program is the music.
Yes, you do think that the editors are having a bit of a laugh when it comes to the music.
I want to see Sean James Cameron do that with his videos. Was that someone? This is the only song I can think of at the moment. Oh, is that someone knocking on my shed door? Someone, and then just like bit in between while you walk outside. Someone's knocking at the door. Someone.
I've just stopped because I need to stop doing work and I need the break, so I put this show on.
Sorry about that.
But I've just been working on my See, people don't realise. They think these videos just happen, but I'm thinking about the concept for costumes and titles for 2021.
Oh, crikey.
Got a meeting tomorrow with a designer to talk about new opening titles, and it doesn't just happen. We've just had a 3-hour discussion about fonts.
I think you're joking. 3 hours?
Yeah,
that's it.
3 hours. 3 hours about fonts and what the fonts say and what do the colours say. And the majority of people, they won't care, but.
Oh, I mean, by February, they'll be different again.
Those flags, people think those flags are just put up there behind you, but I can see there's an art in the way that the colours have been picked and how they've gone, they've gone a journey.
Sure. Some people think that I just turn up.
Rock up and start talking.
Just rock up. Some people think that I just grab a cup of tea at 10:02, rush down to the end of the garden and turn it on and just go for it. Some people believe that. But they don't realise literally minutes.
More fool them.
Yeah, they're literally the minutes of preparation that goes into these daily shows.
You should put yourself forward because I think you're quite loose.
So what are we talking about here?
But I've heard loose women are now going to include men on the panel and call it loose people.
We should. No, it's not going to be called loose people.
No, but it's going to be called loose women, but with men.
That's men. I don't know what to say about that. We started last week talking about sexism and stuff, so I don't know if we can. I can't bother to get into that again. Bit stupid, really. It's called loose women.
Have you noticed since September, since you and I did these podcast shows?
Yeah,
and now everyone and his wife is doing them.
Yeah, I know. Richard Suggett started copying us. Who else?
I'd say he was the first.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, maybe he was before.
He was around when old Adam was putting in the apple seeds.
Who? Oh, I get it. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Think
about it. Think about it.
Yeah, it's Monday. Who else is doing these amazing live shows?
Oh, everybody that you can think of is doing it.
Amazing, right?
But what they don't have is what you have, is that as we come up to the half-an-hour slot, an ad break.
Yep, little tea. And do you know what I'm going to do in this ad break, Sean? I'm going to run as fast as I can and go grab another cup of tea. Not even going to watch them. What are you going to do?
I'll stay on the phone.
Well, I don't leave you on the phone. Next thing I know, you'll be advertising the allotmentchannel.co.uk.
.com, I think.
.com, yeah, .com. You're sure you got the UK.
I'm not quite sure.
So apart from spending 3 hours working out what font, which we're all gonna look forward to see that in Jan. What else have you been up to?
Oh, we've also ordered the costume for 2021.
This worries me. This costume, the fact that it's called a costume is
going to be a big reveal round about February time.
We've got to wait till February for it.
Well, I got to lose a bit of weight for it.
Oh no! Okay, well, we could be waiting until well into 2022. I would have thought.
No, the regime starts tomorrow.
Joe Wicks is back.
Oh no, this guy is far better than Joe Wicks.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
So
currently I'm...
let's just cut to an ad break then.
All right, let's cut to an ad break. Nice chatting to you.
See you later.
Yo, whoa! What's going on? Welcome to the advert, and thanks so much for watching the show tonight. Without you guys, we couldn't put together the best bits of the Skinny Jean Gardener podcast. I really do appreciate you spending your time calling in and taking part in the comments. Make sure you continue commenting throughout the advert. Tell me what you're up to. Tell me what you want me to chat about. Because without you, we couldn't create the Best Bits podcast, which you can listen to if you type into your podcast catcher. It's like a podcast catcher is like a podcast that's like flying by and you sort of have to grab it and then listen to it. It's a Skinny Jean Gardener podcast. We put Best Bits out 4 days a week. That's content for you to listen to 4 days a week. So if you miss a show, then don't worry about it. Go listen to the best bits, because there is some best bits. I know, it is surprising, right? I know, right? So thank you very much for listening and watching tonight. Supporting the podcast this year in 2020 is the fantastic Flymo. And I just want to say thank you very much for them for sponsoring the podcast. Just because it's a new year next year doesn't mean I won't be doing stuff with them. Remember, they are my nan's favourite gardening brand, so I can't leave them that easily. But it does mean that we've got no sponsor on the show. So if you want to sponsor the show, then you can. Or you can help support by getting some of these amazing gardening products like this. The How to Get Kids Gardening book by me, the Skinny Jean Gardener. I'm really proud of this, as you well know. I do talk about it a lot. All my ideas packed into one book. Remembering we've got Christmas coming up, it's such a great one. For instance, you can create, here we go, a bird feeder. There's Olive, me and Olive, creating a bird feeder. Really simple, cheap ideas. Over 30 packed into this book. So if you're thinking about getting a Christmas gift for the grandkids, for the kids, for mum and dad, to get gardening next year, God knows we're going to need more gardening in 2021. Then this is the book. I mean, there was other books, but this is the book. This is the book for you. Go check it out right now. It's on amazon.co.uk. I'm sure Lee will whack a link in the comments right now. So go check that out. Also, if you want to get gardening in 2021, then you need to join Garden Club. Here it is, Garden Club. There's so much involved. You've got the weekend exclusive Weekend Breakfast podcast, which you can listen to every Saturday morning, and it will just give incredible value, incredible content to listen to, plus so much more, including Ask Skinny Jean Gardener, which is an instant access to moi. That's right, you got a question? Instantly access me. So much more that we will unpack later on in the advert. Go check it out. Again, link is in the comments. It's £3.30 a month. You can't go wrong with that. So, there we go. There's the adverts. More coming up. Thanks for your support, and I'll speak to you very soon. We've got a couple of seconds of the adverts. So just... Let's get on with the show. It's always the second cup of tea of the night, which is not quite as good. Tea bag is left in, and the milk, just far too much. Actually, not enough water. But let's get in to tonight's show properly. Thanks very much to the fabulous Sean for calling in. If you want to call in tonight, 0742 357 4520 if you want to chat, or if you really want, you can zap yourself into tonight's conversation. Like I say, Tommy Walsh, imagine if we did our very own 2 things I thought about during that break. One, who would you cast in the new Gardeners? No, it's called Ground Force. Who would you cast in the Ground Force? And 2, if there was a gardening loose, probably be loose men. I mean, there can be a loose women one as well. But a gardening panel show, would you watch it? I think I talked to Sugget about it for ages, about the start of the year, about doing something like that. But we'll see. Right, let's get in to tonight's show with our very first and possibly only story of the night. Now, obviously, thank you to Flymo. And in this article, I'm not going to name the brand. I don't even know if it is a brand, but it popped up in me feed, and I thought, this is interesting. This is interesting. I talk a lot about technology, how things are just going to change the world. It's going to change the world, guys. This is going to change the world. I don't know if I talked about it at break, but my Flymo robotic has changed my life. Cutting the grass, keeping it trim, with me not doing anything. Usually, when I'm busy, it's brilliant. I mean, this year I've actually stopped them going out so I can cut the lawn. But this really could change everything. He says a little bit tongue in cheek. This, everyone, is, let's call it, the Garden Droid. It's a smart landscaping robot. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is a prank. Is it? Robot that can automate gardening work. If you look at it, it looks like a bomb disposal unit. At least the Flymo looks a little bit slick. This thing looks like it's about to disarm a World War II bomb in your garden. But let's give it a chance before we totally slate it. It's a little bit army-fied. I'll be honest with you. But gardening has some wonderful therapeutic and mental health benefits for many people. I feel like that's going to be blown out of the water. Well, literally blown. But there's still some garden-related jobs that are very troublesome. As a result, the garden robot was designed to solve this problem. Anyway, there are already quite a few serial models of robotic lawnmowers and separate robots for removing weeds from the lawn. Remember that one I talked about not long ago? I was on the phone to someone talking about that one, that little weed thing. I don't know if anyone, guys, around this time last year, I think I'd been on the telly. I probably should have put that in for Garden Media Guild Award. I was on the television doing my thing. Here's a guy. Did you? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Did you know?
Sorry, hang on. I'm trying to silence you on the other channel.
Right, go away for a second. I don't know if you knew, but I was on telly this time last year. Here's a man who is also a fan of my telly career.
Yeah. They didn't use you much, did they?
Would they probably peaked?
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
So,
I was disappointed there wasn't more of you on it.
I even if they asked, Rich, I probably would have turned them down because I thought that was peak gardening TV. Then. Yeah,
definitely. I'm good. How's yourself?
I'm good, man. Your audio is as clear as day. It's like you're in the room tonight.
Well, I am using, as you can probably see, the good mic.
The good mic.
Well, one of the good mics.
What's going down, my friend? What's happening? How are you? What's how tricks?
Well, I am loving this robotic gardener you're talking about.
It's pretty. I mean, we've not really got into it yet, but it's meaty, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, go into it a bit more, and I'm going to sit here and listen.
Okay. All right. Cool, man. Right. So it is. But each of them performs one specialized task. Therefore, several devices are needed to automate the main work on the garden maintenance. Whereas the garden bot is a robot gardener with artificial intelligence. We always said that robots are going to take over, mate. It's capable of trimming grass, watering lawns, and warning of the appearance of strangers.
Okay.
It's like a dog.
Well, I was actually going to say 2 of those jobs, the trimming of the grass and the warning of strangers, my chickens do.
Well, is this what you've come onto it for? Advertise. You should sell chickens.
No, actually, I'm all in favour for automation. So
you're right, though. I mean, your chickens would scare me off.
yeah, they do, don't they?
I'm not sure if anyone's looking for like imagine if I said, "Oh, you see my lawnmower? If any intruders come in, it attacks them." I'm not sure if anyone's looking for that in their garden equipment.
It'd be a nice list or a nice thing to have on the list, wouldn't it?
It's a little extra, isn't it? It's a little extra,
Yeah.
mate. So, do you want to know what this thing does?
Yeah, go on then.
So it so obviously it gets rid of intruders. Classic. It has a water inlet, so it must hold water to do the watering. A turret.
Oh, so it's like an army tank that squirts water.
Literally like an army tank.
Awesome.
It's got a weed killer inlet.
Don't want that.
Don't fill it. A pest. Christ, this is
that.
A pest killer inlet. A weed killer nozzle and a pest killer nozzle. I mean, and a main water gun. Okay. It's also got a gun spotlight.
Awesome.
A blower.
Right.
And a camera, chassis light, chassis track. It rolls along on track and resembles a mini tank. The front section carries the turret with a 1 litre water gun, camera, and LED gun light mounted in a fully stabilized gimbal.
Okay. 1 litre of water, that's not going to last very long. In my garden, certainly.
It's not a lot of water. Let's give it a chance, though, mate. It's not a lot of water. It's not a lot of water. The gimbal, together with the traversizing,
Traversing.
Yeah, that's the word I was going to say. Allows the garden droid to spray water up to 10 meters away. Does that sound handy to you, mate?
Might scare some cats if they come into my garden.
That would be handy.
Yeah.
There are 2 more nozzles in the tower for herbicides and pesticides.
Don't want those.
No, I mean, not ideal, is it? But there's a picture of it here. Literally, I think it's meant to be killing a weed on the patio.
I think it's killing a bug, a small insect, an arachnoid.
Oh, is that what it?
I think so.
How do you
looking at the blurb on the bottom.
Oh, I think. Do you think that picture's adopted a little bit?
Yeah,
real kill. Oh yeah, God, you've got good eyesight.
Well, what I can't work out is how come the bug is on top of the water when you zoom in.
Good. Good point. For a special device at the bottom, the robot can blow off fallen leaves in the lower part. That could be pretty handy.
Yeah.
And the robot has a blade with a variable height to cut the grass. It does a lot of this, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's capable of on-the-spot turning and climb over vertical obstacles of up to 6 inches. Its onboard computer vision and AI systems utilized to mow the lawn autonomously according to the planned route. Grass can be changed. It can open and close the lid to its water tank. I don't know if I like this too much.
Okay, I'm liking it because it does fill up, so that makes that 1
Fill
litre
itself.
water tank.
Keeps going back to
Marked a bit
fill itself
longer.
up, yeah. Using the companion valve. The robot can quickly fill up its water tank, and the valve is powered by a battery that is continuously recharged by a solar cell. So there's no need for electrical installation, mate.
Excellent. Okay, I'm liking this.
Right, okay.
Except for the pest killer and the weed killer.
Yeah, we will currently ignore that. In addition, the smart robot can detect strangers and emit loud. How's it know it's a stranger? Oh, it's got cameras on board.
Yeah. Artificial intelligence.
This is mental. This would be brilliant. Should we watch the video?
Go on.
Let's see what happens here.
Yard Droid is a robot that takes care of yards and land. It's built like a tank because yard work is hard work. Of course, it mows lawns on its own using computer vision and artificial intelligence. There's no more need for perimeter wires. It can change the mowing height automatically for unique lawn patterns. Yard Droid has a strong blower to keep lawn, porch, driveway, and other surfaces clean. With its fully stabilized, powerful main water gun, it takes care of all irrigation needs. Yard Droid even refuels its water tank automatically. Yard Droid controls weeds by precision spraying weed killer. It takes care of small pests via targeted spraying. Yard Droid manages larger pests with its physical presence.
Where's it going? It just drives down the road.
yeah, going off on the path.
And movement. Its focused LED light beam, and if necessary, its main water gun. And if a bird did manage to drop a bomb where it's not supposed to, Yard Droid can clean that up too. Yard Droid photographs its workspace. Via the app, it can then easily be programmed to work in different areas and even on individual plants. Yard Droid uses computer vision and artificial intelligence to find its way around, recognize grass, plants, objects, weeds, pests, and debris, and people to avoid. And of course, we couldn't resist. To make it real fun, we made Yard Droid so that it can be remote controlled via the app. Yard Droid automatically recharges itself on its wireless charging station. It refuels its water tank on its own. It even cleans itself.
What?
Built like a tank,
Nice.
Yard Droid naturally doubles as an automatic security guard. It monitors movement, sends out alerts and warnings, and if necessary, even takes defensive action to distract, delay, and even chase away intruders.
I think that was the husband.
Yeah, or he's only came to deliver the post or something.
Mate, I'm going to get in massive trouble by flying over if this is real for advertising this. But maybe they should do it with their lawnmowers. I don't know. It's going to be. Oh, hang on. Yeah, here we go. Fair with different modes of operation and device and plans to raise money early next year for its mass production on a crowdfunding platform. The first deliveries are expected mid 2021 at about $2,000, mate.
$2,000. I don't think the price is bad for what you're getting. But I don't like the fact that it's got herbicide and pesticide featured in it. To me, that stuff should be banned.
It's a bit American, isn't it?
I didn't think that was an American accent. I thought that was more New Zealand.
Oh, maybe it was New Zealand.
Yeah,
maybe you're right, mate. You're right. Yeah, obviously, ignoring the pesticides and the chemicals, I don't really like the idea of something that can squirt water and have fun with my kids. At the same time, it can squirt pesticides and chemicals.
Yeah.
What if it gets mixed up?
Or yeah.
Mistakes can happen, even with AI. It's pretty. I mean, it's. Is it the future?
Well, the other thing I'm thinking is that it didn't. They called it an automatic robot for the gardening, but it only really done mowing the lawn, sweeping or blowing the paths, and a little bit of watering. I would like if weeding like that thing on what do you call it? Gadget show that you reviewed.
Yeah, when I was on TV. Yeah. Yeah, I'm guessing it weeds. Yeah, it doesn't need. Well, that one doesn't need to weed, does it? Because it squirts its weed with chemicals.
Yeah, but that's just not in this day and age. I just don't think it's good to have a weed killer, especially like you say around kids. Or
No, I agree.
to me, that's just the overuse of weed. Weed killer has a place, but that's like the overuse of weed killer.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think a robot that can do all of that should really have something a little bit better to get rid of weeds.
Yeah, I mean, my chickens get rid of the weeds for me. So
Now, even if
Sounds
they
like
have that
good
little bit
chicken.
that goes over, I mean, they cut the grass anyway. Like in that video, they were squirting the weeds on the grass.
yeah,
Cool, though, isn't it?
it does look cool. I mean, I like the army tank look to it. It would definitely be a gadget to have.
Would it be cool if it could like dig over you? I don't really see it doing any beds or anything though.
No,
Like the plants it was watering were quite. I mean, 10 meters is impressive.
yeah,
If it can get, I mean, it's got to be pretty direct to get on one. Like, but our beds, again, this is sort of a UK, and then around the world is a bit different. Their planting's a bit different, but our planting's a little bit more heavy. Like,
yeah,
you can't really directly do one. You're more doing a border
yeah,
plant rather than a direct single plant.
yeah. And 1 liter of water. That's
What's
a liter
of water? This plastic
an
bowl.
average water. That's probably a liter bottle.
This is not. This is a 50 cl, but I've double this basically.
Double that, yeah. Well, an average water can is about 10 liters, if I remember right. And I use that up on half a bed on the allotment. So it's a 1 liter is not going to take. It's going to take forever going back and forth to get more water.
It's going to be constantly wet. It's going to have no time to get intruders away, mate. It's going to be constantly back and forward. It's a cool idea.
It's a cool idea, but it's got a lot of flaws. But then there are other gadgets out there that could probably do as good a job. So in your case, I'm thinking of the Flymo lawnmower that you've got, which that cuts the lawn. So that's one job already taken care of. In my greenhouse, I've got the automatic watering system, which is solar powered, and it is fantastic. Don't have to do it.
Yeah.
And those two items already are half the price of that bit of kit.
Good point. Beto says, "What happens if someone nicks it?" Well, they won't be able to nick it because it's got its own. It was squirting with water, so
and you can track it on GPS and
yeah, that as well. I mean, yeah. I wonder what else you can automate. Lawn.
You wait till I build my new.
You are.
You wait till I build my new shed. You'll find out what you can automate.
It does make life easier, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
You're so excited.
I am. I've been playing around with some of the ideas I have for automation in here. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to shut everything off if I say the magic words. But I'm really excited.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You go, Alexa, turn off.
I've got headphones on, so it won't hear. And I've changed the trigger word anyway.
Oh, clever thinking. Oh, I like this. Oh, this is such a big subject, actually. Automation. It's good though, isn't it? I think the future of gardening is going to be very much like this. I mean, the lawnmower thing is just like the beginning, isn't it? I mean, this is a slight step up, maybe a bit much, but yeah. I mean, maybe individual robots doing stuff rather than just one. I mean, like you said, you've already got watering automation happening. You don't really need a cannon of water being fired about.
I mean, water automation has been around for years. If you think in America, they used to have those sprinklers come out the lawn. They're probably still doing, all honesty, and they were going in the 80s. Twice a day, just come up, sprinkle the lawn, and that's it, all done automatically. So
You don't get that in the UK, them ones, as much, do you?
we don't know. No, I think we're just a different audience in the UK when it comes to gardening in that respect.
I quite like it, but you're right. It's been around for quite a long.
Yeah,
And this really is just taking it to a whole another level. I like the idea of. I'm not a massive. This is probably going to split some people, but I'm not a massive cat fan, and they do love to poop in my beds. So,
well, yeah, my fear with cats is obviously I keep the chickens, and when they're out in the garden, the cats, and I've seen the cats go full of chickens. If I lost a chicken to a cat, I'll be really quite upset.
you need to spend £2,000 on one of these just for that. Just for that.
Yeah, I mean, bit of a overkill. Instead, I've just got 3 chickens now that will attack anything that goes to attack them. They'll gang up, all 3 of them.
£2,000, man. I don't think anyone's going to spend £2,000 on something like this.
I think people will. It's just, I just don't. For me personally, I don't see that particular product being worth spending £2,000 on. It's not going to give me enough to warrant it. I mean, mowing the lawn I do anyway. It takes me 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a job I particularly hate. Watering the garden. I mean, I've automated it in the greenhouse, but I do it again. It doesn't take me that long.
No.
So what's going to be the benefit to it?
Yeah, maybe it's not for you.
Weeding, however, if it had something that automatically took out couch grass, then that would be down on the allotment. But I wouldn't spend £2,000 on something to leave on the allotment.
But I'd definitely spend £2,000 on something to get rid of couch grass
permanently. Yeah.
Because I hate that stuff.
Yeah, I think it is everyone's nemesis, couch grass. Anybody that's dealt with it.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. Well, I can't wait to see what your shed's going to be like, mate, when you get it up and running. But Sean in the group just said, "Cheers, Lee. Just plunge me into darkness with the A word."
Yeah.
There you go. How's everything else, mate? How's things going?
Yeah, not too bad. Just editing up tonight's podcast. That'll go out in a bit. And still working, as you can no doubt tell. I haven't been furloughed this time round, which I'm annoyed about because I'd love to spend more time in the garden.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting cold now, mate. But you don't care, do you? You're right.
I don't mind. I don't mind the cold. It's when it's wet. I don't like being outside.
We've been quite lucky. I don't know where, what it's down in LA. Probably a lot better than it is up here. But we had a lot of rain recently.
We had quite a bit of rain not this weekend, the weekend before, and the weekend before that. I mean, we had flooding on the roads around here, so we did get, but it was a sudden surge of it, and of course, it's on the time I'm not at work, which is more annoying than anything.
Yeah.
However, during the week, it's been quite dry.
Big subject that I'm going to talk about in a few weeks' time, and I do keep bringing it up now and again, is front gardens and driveways, and I can't get it out of my head since we talked about it. I think maybe privately, but I've mentioned it on here now and again. Of just so many, it's like I can't now go past people's houses with being out, my own included, without getting angry at the paved front gardens.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a paved garden and I've got pebbles everywhere, but I've got quite a few trees and bushes out there as well, as you know. I prefer having like a pebbled driveway compared to paving, because that way the rainwater can still get through, but also I've got a van on my drive. The pebbles act as a deterrent for thieves. But the plants, I still would like to see more plants. There's a practical side, which is the pebbles, and then there's the heart side that wants to see more plants.
Sure, man. Well, we're going to do a whole show in a week or so time just on the different options for front gardens and driveways and bits, because I told my dad the other day that the driveway that he laid for me about 4 or 5 years ago is coming up, and it didn't go down very well.
I bet it didn't.
So I better find some good options to replace it with.
Do you want me to go take loads of photos of that rain garden near me?
Sure, that would be handy, actually.
Yeah. So go see what plants we've actually got in there and how it works.
Yeah. We should. We'll talk about that as well. Yeah, definitely, my man. Definitely, dude. Enjoyed your peas podcast today. I got in my inbox, Mr. Suggett.
Oh, yes. The supporters members podcast. Yes. Yes.
Very
I was
good.
thinking for a second, when did I talk about peas? Of course, last night.
Peas for veggardenpodcast.co.uk.
That's it. Yeah.
If you want to find.
I wanted to keep it as a British company or British. So.
Sure, yeah. Mate. 70% good. Mate, thanks so much for calling in tonight.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
And I'll speak to you later.
See you soon. Bye.
Mr. Richard Suggett there on the show. Thanks very much for calling in. So yeah, I'd love to know what in the comments during the next break what you think about this army-like robotic gardening tool. Tell me in the comments. But before that, I must say, Alexa, buy How to Get Kids Gardening by the Skinny Jean Gardener. You'll thank me later. Yo, focus. Second advert of tonight. Thanks so much for sticking with us. And what a great show, right? And just in case it's not great, and what a show. It's, it's usually better than this. So just covering all steps there. One more. Oh, and sorry about what he just said, but welcome to the show. This is the second advert of the night. And hey, if you're a brand that wants to get involved in this show, it's really simple. Get in touch, lee@skinnyjeangardener.co.uk. It's not a lot of dosh, mate. Not a lot of dosh. And provides so much value to your followers, because it means that this show can go on your platform as well, opening up such a wide range of conversation to your followers, providing value every single, well, not every single day, but at least 4 days a week, which is pretty good value, let me tell you that. And hey, don't worry, you too can support the show by becoming a member of GDN Garden Club. I mentioned it in the first advert, and I just want to go into it in a little bit more detail in this advert, because I know loads of you are asking about it. It's £3.30 a month. What could you buy with £3.30 a month? Like a cheap coffee, probably, a Big Mac meal, not a lot that will provide you this amount of value. I'm really proud of this, exactly the same as the book, but this is so great for 2021 if you want to get gardening, whether you're with the kids, whether you're on your own. It's absolutely perfect. For instance, the Weekend Breakfast podcast to begin with is so awesome. It comes out every Saturday morning. The first one was with Jimmy Doherty. We have exclusive interviews that you won't hear on this show. Sorry guys, GDN Club only. The Weekend Breakfast podcast, exclusive podcast just to club members. We also have Make to Create videos, which gives you ideas of what you can create out in the garden, and just gives you a little simple how-to. Again, not seen anywhere else on the YouTube. We've got the community hub, which is really awesome because it means the whole of the group members can come to one place and share their ideas. Come together, community members, and chat with Lee. We all get there, chat about what we're up to, and share ideas, because it's all about sharing ideas, very much like this show. We also have the Ask Skinny Jean Gardener part of the app, which means you can instantly access me. It will come through to my phone, your question, and I can get back to you instantly. We have the How to Get Kids Gardening digital book and audio book as well. And finally, for schools, we have a schools part right there, which is free for schools. So if you're a teacher, it does mean that you get instant access for absolutely free. You just have to email me from a school email and we'll make that happen. Oh, and also we've got news at the bottom. So there's some fresh news every single week telling you what's going on. I'd love for you to be part of it. £3.30 a month is like nothing. It's so much value in there. Go check it out. The link is in the comments right now. For now, back to the show. I feel really bad now. really bad. During the ad break, I can only but apologise to two people in the group, Mr. Ian Pedos and Sean, who have said, hopefully Beddoes has sorted it, who has said, not flipping funnily, she's trying to do it, talking about the asking the AP person from Amazon to order my book, and the kids do gardening, Sean, saying, glad it's not just me again. I apologise, for starters. I didn't think of my actions, and I apologise for that now. If it goes through, then please just try and get a refund on the Amazon and just go directly to my web page for that. A little bit awkward. I feel really bad now. I'm sorry, Ian. I'm sorry. Let's see what people were saying in the group. Well, we had the fab Mr. Suggett on the show tonight. Mr. Jackson says, now here we go. Sean says, I'm going to give Graham my own tea. Another go next year. I think that'd be cool. SJCT or SJT. Oh, there we go. You can have that. That's for free. Is it Builder's Tea, says Mr. Jackson. The new ground force, Lee Suggs, JSC, and Ian. JSC? Who's JSC? If you want Suggs, if you and Suggs want to come and do my garden, I can find a plug for the camera crew. Well, we know how it works, don't we? We saw it last week with Dimmock, who got her mate's garden sorted. So Ian, you'll be first on our list. First on the list. Can I get one that plants peas? Will fill your garden with peas. Fill your garden with peas. So let's just join what we've got here then. We've got a robot that's taken over, mate. It's taken over. Suggs eats loads of homegrown carrots. He can do anything. He can see anything. Does it lay a mine that will cover most of these options? I'm not sure what Ray's going for. Bob, I'm going to call you Bob. Because it's in your Twitch. I know it's Rob, but Bob sounds cooler. How much? It was £2,000, that machine. £2,000. £2,000. I don't know if it's actually out and about at the moment. Can it sing? Says Beddoes. It can't sing. It can't sing. If someone nicks it, it probably squirt in water. And then the Amazon anger comes comes in the comments after that. I didn't know you could. It might be handy for the grandkids who keep asking her to tell granddad it's bedtime. Oh, yes, unfortunately, there's only 4 wake words you can change to. Personally, I prefer to have my own choice of wake words. Infant. Oh, SJC. Oh, I got you. Oh, I got you. Now I see what you're saying. Now I see. Thanks for commenting, team. Thanks for calling in too to the show. The phone lines are open for our next story of tonight. And if you want to talk about a story a little bit more, then you can call into phone lines 0742 357 4520. I feel like the next one was a little bit touched upon last night on Mr. Suggett's Sunday night show. If you don't already know the Vegetarian podcast, then go check that out for his shows live on Sundays. And I don't know if we mentioned it when I was on there or if it was mentioned later on. I think I might have talked about it a little bit. Sheds was talked about last night. And in this week's news, we are talking about sheds that have been broken into. 2 news stories, and they keep popping up every week. And I think this is such a shame. Like this one. Tools and garden equipment stolen in Calitamore burglaries. Police are investigating 2 burglaries that have occurred between the 9th and 14th of November in areas in Calitamore. I don't actually know where that is. Various tools and garden equipment have been taken from property, and on another occasion, a petrol motor and battery trimmer were also taken from a plastic gardening shed towards the rear of the property. Officers are appealing for anyone with information to contact the police on 101, quoting incident number 126 of 14th of November. Alternatively, you can call Crime Stoppers anonymously on 0800 555 111. Imagine if we actually solve this through the podcast. Could happen. That was just one story that I saw pop up. Then, literally next to it was another story. Tools stolen from shed in 3 burglaries in Shildon. Don't know where these places are, but Shildon. Someone in the comments let me know. Asbestos burglaries have been reported to police in the county of Durham. There you go, in Durham town. The 3 shed break-ins occurred on Cleveland Avenue, Farndale Gardens, and Bayside Gardens I should be on the news for this, in Shildon. A spokesperson for Durham again? Oh yeah, Durham police said all 3 reported to police between Saturday, October the 10th and Sunday, October 11th. A number of gardening tools and hand tools were stolen during the burglaries. Detectives investigating incidents are now appealing for information on anyone with CCTV footage of the area from the time in question, which could assist with their inquiries. Witnesses or anyone who thinks they can help with the investigation is asked to contact Detective Sergeant Ord by calling the Durham Constabulary on the non-emergency number 101. I personally, think this is bigger than a 101 incident, guys. Bigger than a 101 incident. And Miss Spillows, can you message me after the show and let me just keep me updated? This has been on my mind today, which makes no sense if you're listening to the podcast. This is not a 101 problem. Fingers crossed for Wednesday. This is not a 101 problem, right? This is a 999. No, you see the TV programs? It should be on there. 999 emergency, right? Now we all know what's going to happen with these. The police are going to say, "Yeah, we'll put it on, we'll put them on file, and we'll put them on file, and I'm sure we'll sort something out." We all know what happens, and I hear it a lot. People with allotments, sheds get broken into. You see it on the YouTube, my shed, big like thing. Cool, thanks, Bello to Woody. A big what's the thing? A big come on, YouTuber. My shed got broken into. You see it all the time. I see these news. This is just 2 stories I've seen in the last like 24 hours about sheds getting broken into. Mr. Jackson says the trouble with sheds is the wood is so thin, even if it's locked, they're easy to get into, which is so true about sheds. This shedio, as I like to call it, has walls literally the thickness. Now I don't want to jinx it because probably get Sugget coming up in the dead of night to prove me wrong. Literally the size of like a bank vault. Pretty thick. Doors pretty thick. It's well insulated. I don't like the things, but it only takes a knock of, maybe I shouldn't say this, a knock of the padlock of anything, isn't it? But that is not obviously the usual shed that you'd get put in your garden or put down the allotment. And it come up on last night's show. It come up in the news feed, and also it come up on last night's show where we very briefly talked about it on Sugget's show about what you can do to protect your tools, especially if you're in an allotment, but even if you've got a shed at the end of the garden. Now, that is generally where all our sheds end up, right at the end of the garden. And if you look, I mean, no one can actually see this shedio at the end of the garden at night time. It's pitch black outside, pitch black. And probably an easy, oh, here you go. So it says sheds are an easy target, especially on the allotment. Also, we tend to keep tools in them, which can cost money, but they're also easy to sell on. Now, I don't know what I have my voice there. I don't know about you, but I've never sat in a pub. I mean, this is probably not the way tools are sold on. You what, mate? You got muddy hands in ya? Yep. Just come from the garden. By the way, probably not speaking to me. Softest hands in the industry. You must be a gardener. Yeah, sure, yeah. I've got spades and forks. Little dibber thing there. You want a 10 of each? I don't know if that really happens. I'm not really sure where they're sold on. But if we kept our lawnmowers in the kitchen and shed, the thefts would reduce. It's a very good point. We do keep quite a lot of expensive stuff down there. And now, I wanted to talk about this a little bit, about different things we can do. Take your ideas as well. Ian says, our daughter, Charlotte, bought what she thought was a decent looking shed from eBay and arrived like a fence panel so thin it lasted a year. Some of them are ridiculously thin. Ridiculously. Had someone offer me a generator in a car park. I'll never buy anything from someone in a car park. Seems legit. We're just getting rid of it. Just I had a generator, mate, and I can't bother to drive it. You don't want it, do you? Probably not. Thanks. Maybe it's a car park thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a car park thing. Anyway, you're right, Beddoes, because some of the sheds are so super thin, and also, I mean, to be fair, some of them are real cheap. You get a £100 shed, you're going to expect it to be cheap, but you're also going to have to expect it's going to be pretty easy to break into. Now, a few different things that you can do, and which we have talked about perhaps before. Good evening, Liam. One of the things, if you've got an allotment, and I've heard this has worked. Don't put a padlock on it. Now, there's a few reasons for this, and I'll tell you why. You put something on it to hold the catch in. Obviously, don't leave expensive. Scrap that up for a second. One, don't have or leave expensive tools in your shed. Just use it for a cup of tea. You know, keeping it out of the dry, leaving some seeds and bits and bobs. If you've got expensive tools, one, don't leave them down the allotment. Two, don't put a padlock on your shed. Don't leave nothing in there expensive, but don't leave a padlock on there. Because if someone wants to get into it, especially on an allotment, they're going to just smash the padlock off. One, making a mess of your shed, and two, taking stuff anyway. So it seems pointless. Sug says, don't keep anything on the allotment that you can't afford to be stolen. Then, two, you obviously take back the expensive stuff. If you've got tools you think are going to go missing, one of the good things you could do, I don't know if Suggs does this, I think I might have got this from Suggs, is hide your tools. Everyone's going to do this now. In your compost or underneath rubbish. No one's going to look in there. If you've got a shed, don't put anything expensive, but hide it. Hide your bits outside of the shed. If you've got a big composter, hide it in there. Perfect. That's a great way of doing it. Buy. Now, I wouldn't say this for a allotment, but you've got a garden. Buy a decent shed. They can be expensive. All right, don't get me wrong. Buy a decent one that's got wood that's not going to peel off. Some of it's so thin, isn't it? You just push it over. It's easier said than done. Hey, guys, just go and spend about £4,000 on a shed and you'll be absolutely fine. That's easy enough said, isn't it? Or what I have mentioned, I mentioned it last night, but also what I've heard people do is, we talked about a underground shed last night. Bit extreme, but I don't know if I've mentioned this on the show, but I've been watching Lost recently. Yeah, that's right. The 2004 epic, which I never really got into, and now I am getting through it. We are getting through Lost. The polar bears have come. We're up to the hatch. Locke is in the hatch, right? Or we are. Hatch ahoy. We're up to the point where everyone, if no Lost fans here, then this is literally lost on you. And where Sawyer has his gun, now, family friendly show, but he had his guns hidden, right, in the sand. And he made basically what I thought was a brilliant idea for tools. Because what he did was he dug a hole, right? He put his, let's call them tools, he put his tools in the hole. Over the top of that hole, he put a board. I think it might have been part of the plane. We didn't think we were going to be talking about Lost tonight, did you? I think it might have been part of the plane. And then he put sand over the top. Now imagine if you did this in the garden or in the allotment, that you had an area where you dug a hole, right? This is good. This is actually a brilliant idea. Everyone's going to do this now. You had a hole, put your tools in there, put the board over, covered it with soil, went home. An underground, like, storage area. Obviously, make sure that no one can fall. It's not a trap. It's not a bear trap. Make sure it's pretty solid. Hidden away. No one will know about it. That is genius. Obviously, not a lawnmower. Don't put your lawnmower in it, obviously. Talking about tools here. That is actually genius. Beto says, we had an air raid shelter at the side of the house when I originally moved in. Would have been a great with a door on. Have you still got the air raid shelter? That's wicked. That's a good idea. That's really cool. That'd be the most secure shed ever, wouldn't it? Most secure shed ever. Air raid shower. Oh, it's nippy tonight. So yeah, that is I think that's a brilliant idea. Basically, just having like a false floor, even in the shed, having like a false floor. Probably a bit safer if you've got it done in the shed. Little carpet over it, and put your tables and that on it. People then just open the door of the shed, have a look in, a couple of cups, some seeds. Nah, leave it. Close the door. On they move. That, everyone, is amazing. What? Bellows just told me he knocked down his air raid shower. Who knocks down an air raid shower? That's a man cave right there. It's a man cave. Liam says, "I like your shed, Lee." Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. Works for me. I've got my tools in here. I've got my studio in here. Shedio is built. It's quite the unit. But yeah. So yeah, tool theft is a big thing. Ideally. You don't want it to happen, do you? You don't want it to happen, guys. But if you do that with your tools on your allotment, that's brilliant. Ideas for your shed in your garden is really tough. If I'm honest with you, I'm not really sure. Like that, one of them stories is a plastic shed. They have the plastic ones. You might as well put your tools in a child's playhouse. They're cheap. They're easy to break into. But they're cheap. So depending on what you put in them, then fair enough. Here you go. Stuart said, you buy a small metal shed, then you put it in the ground, cover it with decking, then it's out of the way. What, underground? It might fill of water, but I like the idea of it. There is, and possibly, how much longer have we got this side? Let me have a quick look on YouTube. Let me quickly try and show you. There's an amazing YouTuber. I need to just quickly show you. Just talking about, I should have got this ready. Just talking about sheds. YouTube. Colin, what's his surname? There we go. Now, he's an amazing YouTuber. I'm not going to show, because of copyright, I won't show you the video because I'll probably get in trouble. It's all right showing your guys stuff because I can get your permission. But if you really want a decent shed, then let me show you this, right? Don't play. Do not play that. Right. Do not play that. Right. Where's the shed one? Come on. What? Not he does so many cool stuff. So that's not English, is it? So many cool stuff. He has got. Oh, I'm not going to find it, am I? He's got an underground. Is this? Yeah, here it is. Look, Can I quickly show? I won't play it on the sound.
Save on the
Oh, advert, man. Get out of town. Go one of them for good. That's good. Right. So he basically built. This is brilliant, right? So he's got a shed. Right. This is his shed. Right. That's his shed there. You seen this? I think I better check. You can see this. You see this? Yeah. Cool. Right. So he's got this shed. Oh, how to build a solid shed? No. Oh well. If you want to see how to build a solid shed, he's probably got the. He's built mine. He's built his. Very much like I built mine. It's pretty solid. Flipping 10 million views. But underneath his shed, right? Check this out. He's got a bunker. He's got a bunker underneath his shed with a bed. and a microwave and and a drum kit underneath his shed. Now that's pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive. I like that. I'm not suggesting you should do that for your just to put tools in underneath your allotment. I'm not suggesting that. What's it? Nose to it. You need to cover it. You need Beddoes is advertising artificial grass. Or put a shipping container underground. Crikey. There you go. You could also put I suppose you could also put a shipping container underground. We got time for that? I don't know. Right. Time for the final ad break tonight. And then we go into the final news story of the night. Let me know if you've got any more thoughts on that story tonight. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Yo, welcome to the final advert of the show. I just want to say once again, thanks so much for watching. Your support means a lot, and from you guys that are supporting the Garden Club and being part of that amazing community that we've got over there, to you also that have been buying the book. I absolutely love this book. Let's have a flick. Let's see what we can get. The Pallet Allotment, absolute awesome one to get kids gardening in 2021. All those things there help support this 4 nights a week, 8 hours of content, and the Skinny Jean Gardener podcast. All of that helps support those things to get me out to schools, hopefully in 2021, and get the school program thing, need to come up with a name for it, going. I'm really excited about that. In the past few weeks, I've really been pushing it, mainly because of you, team, mainly because of you. You've given me the push to really make that happen, and we are really getting somewhere with that. So thank you so much for all your help with that. It's been amazing, and thanks so much for being here. Like I say, I'd love for you guys, if you can, to either share this stream or even just share the YouTube channel or share the Facebook or just share the podcast to someone tonight when you go to bed at 10 o'clock after the show. Just give it a little share so when they wake up in the morning they're like, Skinny Jean Gardener? And let's make this community just a little bit bigger. I can only do it with your guys' support, and I know I ask a lot from you all the time. So thank you firstly so much for everything you already do. I know a lot of you already share the stuff, but just making sure you share a little bit more just makes it a little bit bigger, makes the group a little bit lovelier. We're coming up to Christmas. And those things are really great. The book and the Garden Club, really great to gift. If you fancy getting into garden, if you fancy your mum and dad or the kids getting into garden as well, they're a really great one for that. You know, we're in lockdown. I know some of us have already been in lockdown for a while, but gardening can definitely be one of those things that can keep us going. Very much like it did back in March. The weather may be a little bit different, but it doesn't mean that we can't get outside. I think that's really important. And it's one of those things that I've been trying to say to Olive, like, we need to go outside. We need that for our mental health and just being outside and feeling better. We've watched the whole of the Harry Potters, which is great, don't get me wrong, but being outside means so much more to us as a family, to us and our well-being. It's all about making sure children and us get gardening and continue that even through winter, even through those cold months. So anything to do with getting people outside more is fantastic, and hopefully this show does that for you. So thank you so much to everyone that's sharing this, yeah, that's about it really for the advert. We've got about 38 seconds left of the advert. What should we do? What you could do is comment. Whack a comment in the group here. What do you want me to chat about for the last half hour? And call in 07423 574 520. 10 seconds after the advert. So, little dance to end it. Yeah, or maybe a song. Okay, maybe a little song. Okay, here we go. Complete school gardening success is the name of that launching on the 4th of Jan, which I'm really excited about. Lots of stuff going on behind the scenes. Over Christmas is cancelled. Not because Boris, but literally so much work over Christmas to get that up and running for Jan. Very excited about it, though. Very excited about it. I'll be talking about it a lot more. And probably have this whole show about it over Christmas. Something that is happening over Christmas, which I'm really excited about for everyone that's watching right now, is 12 shows of Christmas. So pumped for it. We've got literally, I'm trying to get about £1,000 prize. One person will go, not literally in cash. One person will go away with £1,000 worth of gardening goodies for Christmas, which is coming. Works really easy. We've got 12 shows. Won't start next week. It starts the week after. Might start Thursday. I'm not sure. Can someone count? I'll count the shows in a minute. Let's count. Wait. We've got time. Let me just quickly. Where's my? There we go. Here we go. Right. So, 12 shows of Christmas. Let's have a little look. £1,000. So, our final show will be on the 23rd, team. The 23rd of December. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What? Yeah. Oh. So next Thursday, 12 shows of Christmas. Not this Thursday. Next Thursday. 12 shows of Christmas begins. Now, it works really easy. I might as well explain it to you guys. It works really easy. For those 12 shows, for every time you call in and take part in the show, your name goes in the Christmas hat. You can call in as many times in them 12 shows as you want. And every single time you call in, your name goes into the hat. So if Ian calls in 12 times, he gets 12 chances of winning the prize. If Sagat calls in 12 times, we probably won't answer him, will we? Meaning, on the 23rd, I might do an early 24th show. I'm not decided yet. I've not talked to the family about that yet. I might do an early 24th show. I might not actually. But on the 23rd, or at least on the 24th, Spedali, someone will know they have won £1,000 worth of gardening goodies. The brilliant Flymo are going in. Got Gardena putting some bits in. HGA putting a £250. That's literally his cash. £250 garden centre voucher. £250. "12 shows of Christmas." It's very exciting. What if I call in at the beginning of each show, use my pass, just sit there for the whole show? For Christmas, this must probably put it in. For Christmas, VIP cards do not count. But we have got some VIP. What do you mean VIP cards? Still got The VIP cards run slowed down, didn't it? We've still got that many VIP cards to go. I think we've only got rid of about 10 VIP cards. So anyone that new calls in becomes a VIP for taking part. If you want to be a VIP, you can call in. But if I'm honest with you, I'd wait until 12 shows of Christmas. And then you also get entered into the draw. And if it goes well, we might do it each month. We might do a monthly thing where where you entered into the draw throughout the month, and we'll do one. Maybe we should do that. Let's see how we go. But if I was you, I'd wait until 12 shows. If you're not a VIP member already, wait to call. Or you could call in now. Liam says, "Can I get a VIP card?" Well, you can if you call in. You've got to call in to get a VIP card sent to you, and you are part of an exclusive club. Don't think I got mine yet. Did Sean call in? Didn't he? Sean, you need to send me your address, Sean. I'll get that to you. I think I promised you it, but people, viewers will know. Very rarely, very rarely keep. Or remember, I've got a lot on. 12 shows of Christmas. It's gonna be big. Very excited about that. So that's what's happening. Happening from next Thursday, I think. So get ready for that. Very excited for that. Am I going to do a Christmas Day show? Says Suggs. Not a Christmas Day show. That won't be happening, I'm afraid. I'll be there on a Wednesday. I won't be there Christmas. I can't wait. Says Liam. I won't be there. I won't be there on Christmas Eve. There we go. Ian said, order the book for Heather. So Makesy. What? Did you say it? There we go. Let me just see if that's come through. Have we got four? I think we've got. How long have we got? 15 minutes of tonight's show. We've got one more story. I feel like this story probably is. There we go. Thanks, Ian. Your storybook course will be sent out tomorrow. So you should be getting that ASAP. Rocky. ASAP. Team ASAP. Right. Final article of tonight. And this probably make sure you don't forget to post it. Where's my pen? Ian. Book. Send. I wake up in the morning with that printed on my face. I will not forget. We've got about 15 minutes of tonight's show. This probably does need a little bit more time, but let's get into it because it's something that really interests me. A little bit could be the starter to a subject that I'll talk about next week before we really get into 12 shows of Christmas. So let me just... Oh, by the way, 0742 357 4520 if you want to call in, or click the link if you want to be zapped. Zapped into the conversation. Now, let me show you this story that really interests me. It goes along the need to look at it before it's so she did all the time. This sort of goes along what I was talking about earlier on the show with Mr. Suggs. Here we go. How to grow a verge garden Since I've been doing my gardening, I know half the street. Now, this also sort of goes along. I did talk about it recently, and somebody brought it up earlier. Talking about that thing in Little Hampton, that verge. That's why I'm here like a mouse in the studio. That verge in Little Hampton that waters itself. And this also is a little bit like when we tried to get Ron Finley on, but he wanted to charge me $1.5 to come on. I said, "You're joking," yeah. He wasn't joking. Transforming, is this American? I bet it is. Transforming underutilized urban spaces into productive, beautiful gardens has a host of benefits. This is definitely American. She's got no shoes on. I've always thought that outside the front of our homes, I mean, I'm actually not lucky enough to have a verge out the front of my house. My dad is. And I've always thought, what a waste of space. We just put grass in it and then the council come round and they cut it. Just, what is the point of it? Really? I mean, I know it's a space between but why can't we do stuff with it? And this story, when I saw it, was right up my street. So, Kate Nightingale welds a pair of secateurs in her footpath garden in Camp Hill in Brisbane, Australia. G'day. I'm going to do the rest of this story in my Australian accent because it's so brilliant. And passerby keeps when passers-by keep stopping to chat. Her garden is a riot of... It's my news voice now. Her garden is a riot of colour. And the bulbous cabbages squatting below, northern purple I can't read his word. Belgian heritage lettuce peeking out among lime blossoms. A greengrocer's aisle of herbs. I said I was going to do it in Australian, so I'm going to continue. And vegetables all find a place on the footpath. Nightingale says, "I can always make dinner out of my garden. We don't buy that many veggies anymore." Nightingale is part of a growing movement to turn the often neglected strip of grass between the property and the road, known as the verge, into a garden. Local authorities are responding by developing guidelines for officially sanctioned verge gardens. Says we have a verge with cherry plum tree, but we're not allowed to do anything with it. Ian, do one of that comment you've just said. The story continues. City of Sydney Councillor Jess Miller rattles off the benefits. They capture water. I'll read it normally. They capture water runoff, reduce street tree maintenance costs. This is exactly my point. Cools the street, encourages wildlife, slow traffic, and builds community. Increase self-sufficiency and even raise home resale values. There we go. There's no such thing that we can do as a city that promotes health, well-being, environmental outcomes, economic outcomes, and citizen empowerment. ABC's Gardening Australia host Costa Julius says too often verges are wasted real estate. A 1 meter verge running for 10 meters is a valuable commodity that should be turned into food or a wildlife habitat. Yeah, I don't necessarily think it's 100% got to be turned into a food process. I mean, there's a lot of things around growing food on the verge. I am not 100% sure that I would personally like to grow my veg out on the street. Is Costa is my garden hero? Is Costa the guy we were talking about? Suggs, you show me. Gotta get him on. If that is him, I'll have to show you this week. He'll love my accent, won't he? If that's who we're talking about. I'm not 100% sure if I'd like to grow my vegetables on the verge. As much as a great space there is, especially down my street. I mean, I've not got the verge to even think about it, but especially down my street and the way dogs go down my street, I'm not sure if I'd 100% like to do that. But as a wildlife habitat, I think it's an amazing idea. It feels so wasted. So wasted just to have grass on it. Liam's in the right place because dogs will poo on it. I mean, it's a bit of a worry, isn't it? That beautiful red, lush tomato you can pick, just eat straight off the vine, has been weed on by a dog. But as a wildlife thing, I think 100% we should be able to do whatever we want with the verges rather than just have them cut with grass. Make any sense to me. It continues. Costa. Gotta check out Costa. I was going to Google him before the end of the show. Show you this geezer. Absolute legend. Through in 10 minutes. Costa's the guy. Where do I want to be? Check the rules. This is obviously Australian. But you've got to leave space for people to walk. We can do that, right? We can do that. Most councils don't allow garden ornaments, stakes, climbing frames, or paved edges. Keep plants shorter than 50 centimetres. A lot of rules all of a sudden. A lot of rules in Australia. I'm surprised. Costa says, here we go. Here goes my accent. Don't try and transform the whole thing. Start with a small section and get that up and going. That way you're not overplaying your ant. He says you can't just set and forget, even if you're growing natives. Allow about 6 months to establish plants. Don't get caught up in the whole idea of something as low maintenance or no maintenance. If you do that, you're setting up for the wrong mental framework. Look at it as a destination. It's a physical exercise in mental therapy. Don't look at it as maintenance. I mean, they are just underused spaces. It's amazing that they're doing that over in Australia. I don't feel like anyone in the UK, any council worker is gonna say, that's a good idea. We should do that. Here we go, look. Nightingale is a fan of mixing it up. Mix your veggies with your flowers. Not only does it make it look really interesting and pretty, but it can be good for bugs and pest control. Plus, a floral border helps keep dog peas off your edibles. It's a good point. It's the immediate thing we went to. Also, there's bits here about watching your community grow, which I think is really important. We all keep inside our gardens, and maybe we'll speak to each other over the fence. We generally do down our road. But who's there? Oh, what's going on with someone outside? Talking of people in sheds. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock at night. What are they doing? Nightingale has literally sown the seeds for several other local verge gardens, sharing plants with passers-by. I think this sort of thing can really bring people together, don't you? Like, we all keep outside our back gardens, right? Chat to each other over the fence, sure. But if you're out there, maybe this will bring dog walkers and homeowners together, and we no longer have to have dog poo out the front of our house. And maybe it does. I mean, you've either got a driveway out your front garden or lawn. I think lawn in a front garden is pointless. But we'll go into that in a few weeks' time. But this sort of thing can really bring passerbys and people talking. And then maybe you are growing veg and good on you, good luck. But if you've got wildlife and you're growing different things to your neighbour on their verge, this can really bring people together. I think it's an amazing thing in Australia. I'd love to see it. I've always said it. I I've got where's that picture quickly? Of you might have seen it on my Instagram. Head over to my Instagram. In Littlehampton. Thanks to everyone that messaged me on Instagram, by the way, recently. Not for any massive reason, I know that, but just to say yo and keep in touch, which is always good. Where's that picture of what I saw when I went to Littlehampton? Is it here? Where is that? And it was a verge, a self-watering verge. Here it goes. Look, this is what we want. That's the sort of thing I want to be seeing. Much rather walk past something full of plants, full of colour, full of places that wildlife can enjoy and be amongst. That's what I want to see. So I think it's quite interesting. We probably could unpack this quite a bit more. But before I end tonight's show, I must show you, if you do anything tonight, to go and check this guy out, right? Hang on, let me try and find a good video of him. He's he wins best most. This guy was shown to me only not long ago by Suggs. He showed me. Here we go. Let's get this one. This one looks good. This is good. Yeah, this one's cool. I had never seen him before. Google should be paying me, shouldn't they? Here we go. Look, check this guy out real quick.
So there's clearly something.
How can I preserve and pickle and make sauerkraut and get my inner composting system working? How can I do these things? For me, the most important thing we need to do is support these people as they go down this journey, because it's not panic. I want to change the P.
Is this the outfit that Sean James Cameron is going to be wearing in Feb? And a beard.
With an M. And I want to see people manic about growing.
When I spoke to you the other day, you said that
absolute. I mean, just go and search him. Costa. I can't remember. I don't know. Some Rich will put his name in the And if I'd love to get him on, how cool would that be? Should try and do that before Christmas. Maybe. That'd be great. He's exactly what, apart from me, exactly what we need. I mean, he would never have been able to do what I did on a gadget show. That was something else. But he is the next best thing that this country needs in the garden media. He's got so much energy and he's really cool. Go check him out. And we'll try and get him on the show. I'll try and find out about my busy life that I've got at the moment. But we'll try and get him on in the new year. That'd be really cool, wouldn't it, to have him on? Costa Giordolares is his surname, which I struggle to pronounce. There we have it, everyone. If you've got any more thoughts about planting on your verge, my granddad grows bedding plants on his verge. Oh, there you go. It's already happening. Your granddad is a trendsetter, Liam. A trendsetter in the United Kingdom. Good evening, Callie, who's joining us for the last 10 minutes. But there we have it. Right. Team, thank you so much. It's been Monday. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been News Monday, where we go through just some of the top. He couldn't do what I do on the podcast either, but hey, I will let him say a few words. News Monday tomorrow. We have Captain Satsuma, Classic Ground Force on Wednesday, and the great, I call it just the Garden Awards, where we find out who in the garden media got what, and we do our own awards along the way to where you can help decide the winner of those awards. Here we go. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to find out anything more, then please do check out the website. Share this. If you're on YouTube, perhaps you're watching on YouTube tonight, thanks so much. Make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends about it. You know what you're going to tell your friends, right? But make sure you subscribe and click the bell. I don't know what that means. I think it just lets you know that I'm here. If I'm here every Monday for Thursday, mate, till 10. It's not really, don't really need a bell. Just put it in your mental bell. I'll see you tomorrow. Facilia. Or Pacilia, if you just read it off there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on.
Oh, I can't hear you, Anon. I've done something wrong with the thing. Anyway, elephant poo is what I got.
Good evening, Lee. How are you?
Great, mate. Your signal is always terrible, but I'm good, my friend. Excuse me. You got an allotment? When I go, don't put artificial grass on top of me, alright?
You got to get composted, Lee.
Yeah,